It's a Monday, which means I've got rankings coming your way. This video being the Class 2A rankings. Let's get right into it, starting with 16 through 11. At number 16, PCM, they beat Vinton Shellsburg 49-15 to obtain this spot. Osage, they took a tough loss. They've been top 10 in previous weeks. They lost to Crestwood 22-16. Tough loss for Osage. At number 14, Greene County, they also took a tough loss. A team that was top 5 for the first month or so of this season. They lost to Roland Story 62-31. And speaking of the Norsemen, there they are at number 13. They beat Greene County, as I just said. At number 12, Albia, they beat Davis County 49-14 to hold down this number 12 spot. And Cherokee, Washington at number 11, they slip out of our top 10. They've had a few tough weeks against Central Lyon, Georgia Little Rock, and last week against West Lyon. Two top 4 teams that they've just had tough games against, so they'll look to get back on track this week. At number 10, hopping into our top 10, is Meepo. The Bulldogs got off to a 1-2 start, but have since rattled off 3 wins in a row, including a win over Albia, who is in our rankings. They will finish the season with Davis County and Central Lee. At number 9, Des Moines Christian. DMC had been on a little bit of a roll, having won their previous 3 games before running into one of the hottest teams in the state, and they got blown out by Kemper. The Lions will finish the season with 2 ranked teams in Roland Story, who's getting hot at the right time, and Greene County, who's been kind of sputtering as of late. So an interesting few games left for Des Moines Christian. At number 8, Clarinda. The Cardinals got a big homecoming win and have joined the top 10 with the benefit of a couple teams in front of them losing. They sit at 4-2 and will finish the season with Sheraton and Centerville. At number 7, Western Christian. A huge opportunity awaits this week. The number 1 team in the state comes to town. After this week, they'll finish the regular season at Unity Christian. Again, that district's pretty tough. You got Western Christian, Cherokee, Washington. You got West Lyon, and you got the top dog, Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Those are 4 really good teams. 4 teams in our top 11 as of this week, all in one district, battling out for a district title. Moving on to number 6, Kemper might be the hottest team in all of Class 2A. They have rolled through 2 teams who were ranked in our top 10. They took care of Des Moines Christian. They took care of Greene County. And after an 0-2 start to the season, they've rattled off 4 wins and have 2 winnable games to end the season. Kemper Catholic, they sit right outside of our top 5. Getting into our top 5, though, starting that off with Spirit Lake. The Indians are just quietly dominating teams, but have not had the chance to move up due to the teams ahead of them continuing to win. Before the playoffs begin, they will take on Garner Hayfield Ventura and Chlorian Goldfield Dows. At number 14, West Lyon. The Wildcats are sitting at 6-0 in the season, and in 2 weeks, we'll have an opportunity to play the number 1 team in the state. It would not be surprising to see West Lyon not only make it the Dome, but give one team a run for their money. West Lyon, pretty clearly our number 4 team. They've got some good wins on the year. At number 3, Monticello. Monticello puts up 50-plus points for the second week in a row as they took care of Northeast. They finished with West Liberty and Tipton. Again, they lost in week 1 pretty handily to a team ahead of them, a team, I guess, in a class ahead of them that's really good in Mount Vernon. And ever since then, they have been on a tear. They've got Preston Rise. They've got a shot to win every game that he plays in. But they just can't move up right now because number 2 and number 1 are pretty clear, kind of like in Class 1A and 5A, I'd say. But number 2, Van Meter, having a 56-0 halftime lead is about as hard as it can get. Van Meter put the game against Sheraton way out of reach early. The Bulldogs rushed for 302 yards and 6 touchdowns as a team. Their 2 remaining games are Centerville and I-35. And our number 1 team, Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Another week, another Lions win. With 2 games remaining, they will look to finish the season 8-0, but it won't be easy. They will take on Western Christian this week, and then they've got a huge matchup with West Lyon to end the regular season. So Central Lyon, Georgia Little Rock, your number 1 team yet again, and they've got some tests, though, before their postseason run begins. A good chance for them to get poised for that. So that wraps up our Class 2A rankings for this week. Be sure to leave a comment on what you think. We always like reading those. And Class 2A fans, I will catch you guys next week.